What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Climb Together podcast. I am your host, Tonage Scorpio, with my co-host, Deception. Deception, say hi.
What up?
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy podcast of the Climb Together variety. This is episode 105. I hope you're all ready, because we're going to be doing some things today. Right, Deception?
Yeah.
So the first thing on the list is predictions, right?
Is that the first thing on the list? Because we usually save that for last.
I know, but I think I want to do it first today, because we do take a lot of time doing it, and I think it would just be better if we just got it out of the way first, I guess. Because I feel like it takes some time. So let me pull up the bracket prediction stuff. Let me boom this out. Let me find the whatchamacallit, the bracket. CDL. So, I'll let Deception explain, I guess. So this is Major 1 in Madrid, which is pretty
Major
cool.
1 in Madrid means every American is going to have to wake up super early if they want to watch any matches.
Yeah, which I wake up early anyway, so it kind of works out perfect, because now I don't have to wait till work to watch them, which is great. Except for Saturday. I'm literally
I'm gonna
working.
have to VOD them because I love COD, but I ain't waking up that early to watch COD.
Yeah?
I wouldn't wake up that early for a lot of things.
Damn. Well, I'm up that early anyway, so it's quite perfect.
I mean, because we're talking like waking up at like 7 in the morning to watch COD.
It's true. I mean, like I said, I'm already up that early anyway, so it...
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
You can watch it.
Okay. Let me make this bigger here. Let me do like 150. Alrighty.
I'm pretty sure Madrid is like 6 hours ahead.
I think so too. I mean, it's European.
They're at least 5 hours ahead, but I think they're 6 hours ahead.
I think time starts at when did the matches start? Okay. So for tomorrow, matches start at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So give or subtract. So that's 6 hours.
Do they start at 10?
Yeah.
I thought they started earlier than that.
Well, because they put the times on the main thing for like Pacific Standard Time is what they did. So, because that's like where the CDL is based out of. But for us on the East Coast, it's 10 a.m.
Oh, so it might not be the worst thing in the world.
Mm-hmm. It's not gonna be too bad, but that's for tomorrow, though. I think tomorrow and Sunday they start at 10, and then they start like at like 8:30 on Friday and Saturday, I think, if my memory serves me right. I could be wrong. We all know that I could be wrong, but I think that's what I think. But
yeah, they start at like 8:30. But that's because there's 5 matches.
Mm-hmm. For Friday.
There are 5 matches on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
So that's pretty huge.
So we have a starting bracket. So the first matchup is between Optic and Heretic. Actually, I think we should go based in order, I guess. So the first matchup of the day is FaZe versus Breach. And honestly, Breach are looking pretty good. I mean, they did like cream LA Thieves the other day. Well, not cream, but they beat them pretty good. So I'm not quite sure.
The Breachers still kind of on their streak of looking surprisingly good, which shocks me.
Which is like nervy. For those of us that are, you know. But
I don't know. I still feel like FaZe win that. I feel like it might come down to like a game 5 though. It might be like 3-2, but I feel like FaZe win that one.
All right.
Especially because it's on LAN. Like LAN's gonna be totally different than online, but I could be wrong.
No, I think you might be right on that one. Oh, wait. There we go. I mean, FaZe have been looking good. I mean, they did win the minor, so you know they've got that, and they are a really good LAN team. At the end of the day, and with like the fans and the crowd and stuff like that, I feel like they'll feed off that energy. And FaZe definitely has a little bit more of a fan base than Breach does, in my opinion, based off of past years. But
I think FaZe will be looking pretty good, to be honest. They've picked it up a little bit.
I think they'll definitely make it into like top 4 of this for sure. That's my prediction. It just kind of depends on who they go up against and when. So moving on to the second match of the day, which will be Toronto Ultra versus Vancouver Surge. Which is still weird for me to say. I keep wanting to say Seattle Surge in my brain. I'm realizing. I don't think I realized until like 2 weeks ago that it wasn't Seattle Surge anymore. So, yeah, that's my bad on that one. But it is what it is.
So, I don't know. This is gonna be a really hard one to tell because Ultra have fallen off a little bit, and no pun intended, but Vancouver have surged a little bit.
That was good.
Because you had Ultra kind of like the last 3 matches they had of this split, they were kind of nah. They weren't really performing as well as they did in the beginning. They finally lost one, and it's like they couldn't really pick it up after that. But Surge, on the other hand, have played really well. 0-4 ended up having the record for most kills in a series during one of the matchups they had. So I think this would end up being close, but honestly, I think the experience of Ultra probably wins out here. And I think it'd probably go 3-2, I think, in favor of Ultra.
All right. I just need to make sure I'm putting the right teams against the right teams in the lower bracket real quick. Just give me 1 second while we talk about this other one. So then we got LA Thieves versus Royal Ravens. Normally I'd like to say Thieves, but I mean they've kind of been on a downward kind of spiral ever since they lost to Optic, yeah. So I don't know. I think there's a possibility. I mean, they've been getting a lot of flack on what they should be doing, but I
think Thieves are just better on LAN. I think they'll show up.
You think they'll show up? You think it's gonna be close though? Because Ravens have been looking really good.
You look at all these players. All of their players have been good online, in their careers, but all of their players have also extremely showed out on LAN.
It's true.
All of their players have played very well on LAN. The only player that I'd be a little worried about is Scrap, but even then, the only super bad series he ever had was that grand finals against New York.
Yeah, which literally cost them the champs, and I don't think he wants to do that again. So
And then, like, imagine like how much he and Ghosty are gonna get in people's heads by trash talking because they are literally the two biggest trash talkers in the entire league, and they're on the same team.
Yeah.
I think Thieves probably win that one 3-1. To be honest, I think they're just way
You think
better at
3-1?
respawn.
All right.
I don't know, like they just have such killing power in a respawn that I think that they could just like if they're on it, they could straight just bully teams into respawn wins.
That's fair. They just have to hold. They just kind of have to hold that strength and moving through. I think for Optic versus Heretics, I think it's an Optic win. I mean, Hook is like one of the, it's like a MVP going into this series, like to this major. So I think he'll definitely show out.
I think the biggest thing is like what it's like. It's not really what Hook we're gonna get because I feel like Hook is like a weird like streaky player. Like there are some games he's really good at and some games he's not that great at. And this game he is really, really good at. So I don't think we're gonna have the problem that we had in MW2 where it was like Hook might play well this series or he might really suck this series. Like I don't think we're gonna have that problem. I think it's gonna be more about like how the team like plays. But I don't really think it matters how they play. I think they'd be Heretics either way. I'm tempted to even say it would be a 3-0 because Heretics have not really been that great.
Mm-hmm. I agree. We'll give them 3-1 just for like, you know, commonplace. But I definitely agree with you that it's probably going to be 3-1, 3-0 kind of situation. All right, so moving on, we're gonna go down to the losers bracket. I don't quite know what the situation is gonna be. This is probably gonna be Friday. This is gonna be Friday's matches.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna be on Friday. They're probably gonna play all 4 of these, and maybe there's 5 matches, so I assume they're gonna play all 4 of these and then play another round of it.
Yeah. So we'll start with here. We'll just go down the line from here just because I don't quite know the schedule just yet of what these are gonna go in, but we'll go from here. So we got Heretics versus LAG. I don't really know. LAG's like that wild
I think
card.
LAG wins that one. They've been looking better. I said that as long as they could like start winning series, they would be looking pretty good, and that's exactly what they did during the last like 3 matches. So,
do you think it's gonna be close? Do you think it's gonna be a 3-1, 3-0, 3-2?
I think LAG probably win that 3-1. I mean, if you look at the players they have on land, like they have that core, like except for Hydra, they have that core New York team that won champs. Like I think they'll just be better.
Yeah. All right, and then we have Royal Ravens versus Falcons. I think Ravens take this like 3-1, 3-0.
Yeah, I hate it for the Falcons, but I don't.
They're just not like holding their own, you know. Like they're not
still
giving
not
us
won a series.
Yeah. So 3-0 to Falcons, and then we got Surge versus Rocker. I mean, Surge got a pretty nice warm up against Ultra the day before, right? Gets him on the good, and it's close. But I don't know for this one.
Honestly, Rocker? I think for Surge Rocker, it's gonna come down to possibly LAN experience again. And I don't know, bro. Like, Surge are looking really good, but with how they played on LAN last year, I don't know if they have enough experience to keep it going, but I don't know. They're playing so well, I'm tempted to say that they win here. I think the momentum of just playing the game the day before probably would help them. I would take Surge over Rocker. I think 3-2 probably.
Sweet dose. Okay, and then we have Breach and Cloud9. I don't know. I don't understand why Cloud9 is doing so bad to where they start in the.
You just keep choking series, bro. They've had so many series where they just freaking can't win.
Do you think they changed that around this time, or?
They're like LAG but worse.
Oh boy.
I think Breach wins that one.
Alright.
But I think it's going to be a 3-2, and I think what's going to happen is Cloud9 is going to start off 2-0, and then Breach reverse sweeps them.
I can also see that happening. I can see that happening. Alrighty. Then moving into the LEG versus Royal Ravens. We'll do the next loser bracket real quick so we can place our winners, but no, I think Ravens take this one.
Yeah, if LAG and Ravens, I think Ravens probably win that like 3-1.
Right.
Even though they slipped a little bit toward the end of the the last set of the split, they still looked really good.
Yeah.
I mean, the Ravens are still like, I think the Ravens are probably the biggest shocker team out of all of them right now. It's just like crazy that they're doing as well as they are, but I think that they might cruise past LEG.
I agree. And I honestly, for the Breach versus Surge, I think Breach take this. I think they're gonna ride this like high of beating like Thieves for a while. And
yeah, I think they win that one.
I really do think they're gonna ride this hot. Like, I think that's a big confident booster for them, and maybe that's what they needed to like show that like they're capable, right? So
I think that match ends up being a 3-1 because I just like I think Cammy is gonna show up. Because Cammy was super good in Cold War, and he seems to be really good at this game.
Alright. I trust you on that one. I don't know, I think just like the Breach team is looking really nice right now. And it's the best they've looked, I think, since they came into the league. You know, since their debut of joining the CDO. Which is good, you know? We need that.
Yeah, since their debut of when they did really well going into Major 1 and then didn't do anything for the rest of their tenure in the CDO.
Oh, yeah. Pretty much, yeah. Alrighty. Going back to the winners bracket, we have Optic versus Thieves. This is like the 4th or 5th time we've seen them match up against each other this season already. Especially in these brackets. I don't know, I think Optic is just looking too good. I think Thieves is going to put up a fight again, but I think it might just be a mental thing on Thieves' side. Or, I don't know. It honestly could go either way for me, because Thieves have something to prove, right?
I think that series goes to Game 5, but I think Optic wins 3-2. Their S&D is just looking really, really good.
Yeah.
And the fact that they have, like, ever since the first weekend, they have not, like, lost a series.
It's true.
Outside of the minor. And, like, they've just cruised through. Basically, with the league matches, they've been looking so good. And the fact that they've jumped all the way up the first seed, like, it definitely tells you that Optic are on a roll now.
Yeah. And then next we have Ultra versus FaZe. I don't know. When it gets to these ends ones, it gets really difficult because they're all really great teams when it comes to these like top teams. And I feel like these 4 that are in the winners bracket right now were the anticipated top 4, I guess, of the season. Ultra kind of being wishy-washy. We're waiting to see how the roster goes, but you know, on paper, you know, these are the best teams.
Honestly, like, FaZe have just been looking a lot better since they ended up winning the minor. So I think they end up taking that against Ultra. I think they're gonna feel a lot better on land, and I think they'll definitely be ready to make a big run here. So I would say that probably goes. I'd say it probably goes 3-1. I think
3-1. All right.
I think FaZe will just like start like it's like the first match against Breach might be like kind of like a warm up match, but then they hit their groove in the Breach match, and then it carries them.
All right. Makes sense. All right, and then going back down into the losers bracket, we'll have, I think does Thieves go against Breach or does Thieves go against Ravens? I can't remember if they switch it up on this one. I think they switch it
against Ravens there.
All right. I'm really confused on like
Yeah, I think it's Thieves versus Ravens.
I'll look up the bracket real quick from last year and see. Just if I could get like get a better. Okay, it is Thieves going against Breach and then Ultra going against Ravens, based off of previous brackets. Okay, so Ultra versus Ravens. I don't know. You're gonna have to take the lead on this last little bit because I have no idea. The first round, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's kind of clear who's gonna win what, but as you get more into it, it's more and more difficult.
Honestly, I think Ravens win that one. I want to say Ravens run, bro.
Ravens run? All right. Do you think it's gonna be close or no?
Dude, we've been trying to predict Ravens runs for so long, and we've gotten close.
We've gotten a couple.
I want to see Ravens get to losers bracket, get at least close to losers bracket finals.
All right, so we got Ravens, but is it gonna be? You think it's gonna be close? What do you think it's gonna be like? I think it's gonna be close.
Yeah, I think it'd probably be like 3-2. Ultra still looks like a good team. Like these are the two teams I think that people thought that they'd be okay, but they didn't think they'd play this well. So it'll be interesting to see them play against each other.
And I do think Thieves win against Breach.
Yeah, Thieves definitely beat Breach. I don't think that Thieves are gonna have any problems with Breach. I'd probably call that like 3-1. Thieves are so good at respawn that the only question is their search, because their search has not been fantastic. And the only other question is if one of their players doesn't play that well in respawn, they have a chance of being beaten. But I don't know, their respawn's pretty consistent for the most part, except for Scrap dropping 5 kills and 750 damage that one game.
So, yeah. And then going into the Royal Ravens versus Thieves, I want to say that Thieves win, but I do think Ravens are going to put up a fight. I think it's going to be a close match.
Sadly, I think Thieves win that one. I hate it for the Ravens, but
we do you know, want a good Ravens run on one of these majors. You know what I mean? Ravens, please give us a good run.
I mean,
here.
that with this scenario, they'd make it all the way to losers bracket semis, so they'd finish like 5th, 6th, and I feel like that's still better than I think what some people predicted them to be this season.
So, I mean, that's still really good. All right, and then going against Optic versus FaZe, you know, Tail is old as time. I mean, I would like to say that Optic, you know, like, what I want to happen is Optic make a full run for the win. But, I don't know, I feel like now that FaZe is back. But then again, you know, Optic probably wants to get that revenge from the minor, you know, because they didn't win. They could have.
I think it's Optic 3-2. I think if it comes down to Surge, I think Optic's just better at Surge. I think Optic right now is the best Surge team in the game.
Yeah, I mean, FaZe still has some things to, like, iron out. I mean, they did come back, but they're not quite.
They're just like, their whole team just flows so well with Hook, and I don't think a lot of people expected that, even though Hook was as good as he was. I don't think people quite expected them to be as good as they are, because I would say that right now with Hook, they're like borderline, maybe not borderline, better than they were in MW3.
Yeah.
In MW3, they were really good.
It's true. I do have to agree with you there. But sorry, I'm like multitasking right now. I have homework due at 2 o'clock that I forgot to do last night. Then we have FaZe versus Thieves. You know, battle of the red, I guess, red and black. I don't know. I really want, like, Thieves to, like, make their, like, comeback, I guess. Make us.
I think Thieves beat FaZe.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a 3-2, but I think Thieves won that one.
I think they just want it.
FaZe look, even though Thieves didn't do that great at the minor, I still think FaZe are a little too rocky to depend on making the grand final.
They have a lot of things that they just need to figure out. I mean, they talked about it after the last minor, that even though they won, there's still a lot of stuff that they need to do to make it better, like make their gameplay better.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, if they improve on that, I could see them making it to grand finals, but I feel like that might take more than just a month, because it's basically been a month since the major. It's not even been a month, really, so it's like, I don't know if they can fix that in a month. I mean, they are FaZe. They have a very, very good team, but I have a feeling we might not be seeing the true potential of FaZe until around Major 2 time, and see how they do in that split. So I think Thieves make it. I think we get our Optic Thieves grand final.
Yeah.
That we wanted in the minor.
So what do you think it's gonna be? What do you like? Do you think it's gonna be Optic or Thieves?
Well, this one's gonna be a best of 9. This one's gonna be a best of 9. I think that for the first time since I think Cold War, we go all the way to game 9. But I think Optic win it 5-4.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be. I don't.
Like, this
doubt it's gonna be close.
right here is basically like when FaZe and Dallas Empire faced off in Cold War, and they went to game 9 in the major.
Yeah, a lot of the same players too.
I would love to see a game 9 again, because that like rarely happens now. I would love to see it.
Me too. All right. So, guys, that is our bracket predictions for the major one in Madrid. We have Optic taking home the bacon. But I feel like a lot of these could go either way. I think it just kind of depends on what kind of day the team's having and what kind of performance they're going to be putting up.
Yeah, this is like the early, like the first major of the season is like has usually the biggest potential for a bracket to be busted because it's like who knows what these teams are really going to look like when they get to LAN. And LAN experience wins out a lot of the time, but I mean there have been some crazy things that have happened, so who knows.
So hopefully, on a couple of these we might be wrong. I want to see a big upset, I would love to. I always like to see Ravens run. I would love to see that actually happen.
I would love to see Ravens get to top 3 somehow. That'd be kind of fun.
Even like finals, like that'd be pretty cool as well.
Ravens and grand finals would be insane because I don't think that's happened in a long time.
Since like major one of
I don't think that's 19. Happened since probably one of the home series in MW19.
I think they won their home series in MW19. And that's the last time.
Yeah, I'm pretty because I know that like I think Ravens made it, and I know Paris Legion made a grand final in MW19. And like that was when like Ravens were like kind of unproven back then, and they had all British players. And I remember they made they got I think top. Did they get top? They got top 3 or top 4 at champs in MW19, so that was kind of crazy. And I mean, since then they've really not been good at all.
No, they were a force to be reckoned with for a while, but it took a few years and a city change and some color changes, but they're good now. But that's what our bracket looks like. Hopefully we're right. We'll see though. But moving on, so yesterday, Season 2 of Call of Duty Black Ops 6 dropped for everybody. I just want to briefly touch on this, mainly because it's already been out. It's already out. They literally dropped it last week, literally right after we ended the podcast. I hate when they do that shit to us. It happens so much. It is what it is, Can't really do much about it.
I figured since it dropped on Tuesday, they dropped the roadmap on Tuesday, but no, they were like, we literally had just ended the podcast. I checked Twitter because I got a notification, and it was Charlie Intel posting the roadmap.
What time did they post it? They posted it at 12:58, so like as we were doing the outro. If not, as we were pressing stop. So a quick little overview. We're getting 3 new maps. We got 3 new maps yesterday. Bounty, Dealership, Lifeline. We're getting 2 more in season, Bullet and Grind. We're getting 2 new.
Grind is gonna be fun.
We're getting a few new modes. We'll rank season 2 and all the camos and stuff like that. Fun fact, Havoc did indeed end as number 1 on the top 250 leaderboard. So he gets a cool skin that nobody else gets, until someone gets it for season 2. Which,
except
I don't know.
All the cheaters that were running it during season 1 when it wasn't even over yet.
Yeah. But well, hopefully he, maybe I don't know if he's gonna go for it again. Do you think he's gonna go for it again? Do you think he wants to get it like every season?
He's definitely gonna go for it again. That guy, like Cold Havoc, has been going crazy this year. He's definitely like, I don't think his drive has went down like at all. No. He's already been playing a ton of ranked, so yeah. I think he's definitely going for it again.
I see it happening. And then we have some new modes. We have gun game. We have third wheel gunfight, which I'm guessing is like a 2v2v2. Couples dance off. I have no idea what that is. But we'll have to give it a try. And then overdrive.
I have no idea.
We're getting a new perk. We're getting 2 new perks. Slipstream and Hunter's Instinct, which will be in season. A War Machine Score Streak. And a Fly Swatter wildcard for multiplayer.
I just went on my phone to check Havoc's and see if Havoc was playing. Yeah, he's he's already been playing ranked for 2.5 hours.
Oh my god.
He's Crimson 3 right now.
Already? Oh wait, never mind. I forgot.
I don't know where you start. I don't remember. I don't think everybody starts back from the bottom. I could be
No,
wrong.
no. I think you start like a couple ranks down from where you ended. It's like 1, 2.
Yeah, so that would put him in Crimson. But I mean, he played quite a bit yesterday, though.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't play ranked enough to know that stuff because I suck. I'm always in like bronze. Because I only play like a little bit. I feel like if I grinded it for a while, I could like make some progress, but I just don't. So I need
It
to
all
like.
depends on who you play with, and or if you solo queue and like how well you do.
See, the thing is, I solo queue. Maybe if I like 4-stacked it, I'd have to have 4 friends that play ranked though. That's the problem.
Yeah, and they would have to be down in your rank too.
Yeah.
Because at a certain point, you can't play with people anymore. So if you didn't do that great because you don't play ranked very much, and your friends just like cruised past you, then eventually you wouldn't be able to play with them.
Maybe I'll just call up Mao and be like, "Yo, make a new account and play with me." And he carrying. So that's pretty much it for multiplayer. The zombies. We're getting a new map called The Tomb. We got yesterday, along with the new wonder weapon Staff of Ice coming along with it. Getting a death perception perk back.
Dude,
and
Ice
then
Staff coming back is crazy.
I haven't used it ever, but I know
it kind of makes me sad that they didn't bring all 4 of them back, and it's just one of them. But I mean, if they were going to bring one of them back, the Staff of Ice is the one.
Mm-hmm.
That was the best one.
Hopefully they bring back maybe some of the other ones. I don't know. Maybe there's been a lot of zombies content.
Imagine there's like some unknown Easter egg where you can get the other 3,
or like you can like get the main one.
Kind of weird because like some of the bundles have like the colors changing on the staff. I know they don't do anything to like the actual ability, but cosmetically, some of the bundles where the staff is in there have like the colors changing. And I think the one you get, that green one on the screen, I think is the one you get for completing the Easter egg. So that's interesting.
Yeah, maybe there's like a in-game Easter egg that like allows you to utilize like one of the other abilities. That would be cool. But probably not if we haven't heard about it yet. And then there's also the War Machine coming in as a support Source Creek
War Machine's gonna be fun.
Which is awesome. And then some new augments to go with Death Perception. Getting 3 new Gobblegums, Dead Drop, Modified Chaos, and Quack Rock. Which isn't. I like it.
Everybody walks around with ducky floaties.
Oh, now that is fun. And then directed mode is coming later in season for the Tomb. There's a bunch of changes coming to Warzone. There's 2 new perks, 3 active camo, 3 reactive armor perk, and low profile. I think that's what it says. Perk. New rank rewards and changes to weapons, movement, default perks, and more. I've been hearing a lot of like rumblings about Warzone and like the unhappiness that people have been having with the game. I personally haven't touched Warzone or really grinded it since like Cold War switchover map, like till Caldera, right? I haven't really grinded the game since.
I haven't played Warzone since like the last time I really tried to grind Warzone was like the beginning of Warzone 2. And I mean, Warzone 2 was the worst experience.
Yeah. I mean, I play Rebirth every once in a while, but it's not like some my daily. I don't really grind it much. I would like to, like I love Warzone, but the game's too broken right now for me, I think. It was so perfect in the beginning, and we just needed a good map to continue on. And then they just like overhauled the entire engine, and it just like made the game so. There's so many. I could go into a whole thing about that.
They're still trying to recover from what Warzone 2 messed up.
Yeah. So. Props to everyone that can play that game every day, because I can't. Moving into the weapons and such. There are 4 new weapons. There's the PPSH-41, which is like one of my favorite SMGs of all time. I've got both my PPs in this game. I'm loving it. We've got the Cypher 91, which is an AR. Get from
I had no idea that was an AR, to be honest. Before I saw it's people using it, I was like, "What is that?"
Yeah, I don't know. It would beat me, you know. And then we got the Fang 82, which is an LMG. Those three are from the Battle Pass. And then there is a marksman rifle from one of the events called the TR2. Oh, bless me, sorry. The two events that are happening this season are the Terminator, Shadow Hunt, and then it says and more. So there'll be more.
Terminator event starts soon.
Yeah, I love the Terminator. Last year was the first time I ever watched the Terminator movies. I know, took me 20 years, but I did it. They were good.
I still haven't watched them, so
they were good. I recommend. You gotta humor it a little bit though, because like they're old movies, so it's got like old graphics and like all that other stuff and like special effects and whatnot. But you humor it, it's a good. You have to like teleport yourself back into that time where that was like the standard.
I just have to remember that when I watch a movie from like the 80s or the 90s, that back then people thought that was the craziest thing they've ever seen.
Yeah.
And now movies
which at that time,
like so much better.
Which at the time it was, you know. But yeah, I don't know. So I'm excited to actually, you know, play this season, and it looks like we're gonna get some Terminator skins, which is sick. So you'll love to see it. But yeah, so that's what's coming with the new season of Call of Duty. I don't know what else is there to chat about today. Let me pull up the Twitter sphere.
You want to see something funny that happened?
Yeah. Did we talk about the Switch 2?
I mean, there's not really a lot to talk about because I think they put like a trailer out, but they haven't really talked about it a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
like, in depth.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can wait to talk about it until like they actually do an in depth. But I like the way it looks. It looks looks good. Looks nice. Looks pretty.
There, I saw that last night.
Okay, pulling it up.
I'm gonna laugh if that's how the matches actually go.
No, pull it. They leaked the script.
Yeah, this was for the whole like the whatever bet, I don't remember what betting site they use. But this was for the betting on the betting screen for the site. Keep in mind the matches have not been played yet.
The pick'ems. So which one's the accurate ones? The one to the left or the one to the right?
No idea.
Or is that just like what
this was the first picture that I saw. The second picture was after this. They took out the one on the left, but the ones on the right still remained. And now like they're actually gone. But this was like sometime yesterday. Somebody found this.
Interesting. Interesting. We'll see, I guess.
So keep these in mind when we're watching.
We'll see.
And if they're accurate, then I'm gonna be very sus.
I think some of them will be just based off of like luck, but I don't know. You never know. I don't think it's like truly.
If they get like the first one right or whatever, like it's whatever. Mm-hmm. But if there's like two of them, and then three of them, it's like, oh wait a minute, hold on.
It's getting a little suspicious here. don't quite know what to believe.
I mean, getting one of the 4 of them is like luck of the draw because
Mhm.
like there's only 5 games that can be played. It's not that crazy for them to randomly get one right. But like, if they get like at least like 3 of them right, it's a little scary.
Nice. It'll be cool to see. I'm ready to watch some COD this weekend. Ready to go. Okay. So start times are
early, bro.
Yeah. So if you set your alarms or whatever, this is your opportunity to fix your sleep schedule if your sleep schedule is booty hole. So take advantage of it. But I've been looking at some of like the Airbnbs that some of the teams are staying in. They're nice. So next week we'll go and we'll do like a 20-minute debrief on the major, kind of talk about it a little bit, compare and see where our I don't even know. I lost my train of thought.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wake up and then watch and then go back to the beginning of the VOD, like when they're getting ready for the first match, and then watch those matches, skip through the ads so I catch up on the time a little bit, and then like eventually get to where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Good idea. Alrighty, guys. Well, that is all from us today. There isn't really much to talk about else this week. Hopefully, we'll have some more for you next time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on the live streams today. If you guys are watching later on YouTube, make sure you go follow us on Twitch, where we stream this live every Wednesday at 12 p.m. EST, unless something happens. Over at twitch.tv/Deception276 and twitch.tv/Tonage_Scorp. And if you guys are watching this live on Twitch and you missed part of it, or you want to watch a previous episode, they are all uploaded to my YouTube channel, Tonage_Scorp. They're uploaded at 4 p.m. EST after the podcast has been concluded, for you to catch over there. So make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm climbing in YouTube subscribers. We've been talking about this on the podcast, keeping track of my experimentation here with YouTube. But thank you guys so much for being here today. We appreciate you. Deception, say bye.
Bye.
See you guys next time. Peace.